render distance, the wonderful thing that makes running the game easier for your computer or console. And phone, too, for you miracle workers who somehow managed to play this game on a phone. Props to you. As you draw closer to a place, say a city, it'll load in more details of the city. Conversely, by moving farther away, those details unload. But have you ever wondered, perhaps, what those lesser detailed models look like? After all, they only appear when we're far away, which makes it quite the conundrum for anyone who would want to take a closer look. However, it's not impossible, and taking a closer look is exactly what we're going to do. A closer look at not just the one lower res model a location may have, neither the 2 nor 3 or 4, but 5 plus. Some models of which would be impossible to see, even from far away, no matter where you were in the game. And that will make even the lowest possible graphics settings seem like 4K Ultra. And while we're at it, we'll even make those locations disappear, because why not? We may as well start with one of the major cities in the game, and the first the player arrives at. Without further ado, behold, the city of Mondstadt. A bit worse for wear, hold on. There we go, looking a bit more lively now. You just saw one of its lower res models, and currently, we're looking at Mondstadt in its everyday glory. Now then, let us peruse its various models in order of player proximity, from closest to farthest, all the while the camera remains locked in place. First to go are details on this lamppost. Quite minor, and easily missed if one weren't staring at it. And then the lamppost in the foreground undergoes the same changes, while everyone's favorite, fine and dashing fabulous knight of Harmonious, Lawrence, disappears. The lampposts again undergo a change, this time taking the flagpost with them, and grass unloads. There are a lot of changes at the beginning. Later on, changes are further spaced out, but the footage will be sped up or cut accordingly. Ground elements start to vanish, and the lamppost within the city walls is no more. Immediately after, some wizardry takes place and the windows of Mondstadt are all changed from 6 pane to 4 pane, and foliage outside the walls shrink. Lampposts near the gate vanish, but their light remains. Speaking of gate, it's then no more, and the foliage goes with it. A lot more things are removed from the scene, and then textures begin to unload. As does this off-camera tree that's casting a shadow. Ah, isn't it just beautiful? Like a retro game from my childhood, Genshin Impact with Nintendo 64 graphics. A masterful work of art. I found this extra land that loads in at the gate arch interesting. It hovers off the ground. Oh, there goes the bridge. This scene is starting to look unrecognizable. But are we done yet? Absolutely not. There's plenty yet to unload, like the ground, and of course the remaining textures, shaders, whatever else. The most intriguing thing about this change, besides the fact that it's just awesome, is the gate arch. It changed from having 4 slants to just 2, but it gets even more intriguing because it's about to switch from 2 to 0. In fact, the whole hole is now filled in, and if you were at all disappointed about the ground technically still being here when I said it unloaded, be disappointed no more. This floating gray blob of a wall is the only remaining piece of Mondstadt, and in just a moment, goodbye, City of Freedom. Hello, City of Wisdom. Take a good look at this image. One of the objects here, buildings and general terrain excluded, will remain visible throughout the unloading. See if you can guess which. Now then, let's transform this city into a glorious and retro work of art. Herefore dubbed Super Sumeru 64. First, some textures go, and then the fences. Chairs, tables, more textures, and teleport waypoint all get plucked from the scene. Let's speed things up so we can better appreciate the spectacle of deconstructing Sumeru City. Night falls, and oh no! The desolation of the desert has reached the city as a sandstorm sweeps the streets. Soon, a new day dawns, and the blinding rays of a wondrous beginning rise high. But Sumeru City is already gone, returned to dust. Our third and final stop is the tenacious Sangonomiya Shrine of Watatsumi Island. Why is it tenacious? You'll soon see. This isn't the greatest angle, but it's one of the best that I could find that showed the whole shrine. And this cliffside will eventually unload, giving us a better view. From far away, we'll be able to better appreciate the abstract shapes of the shrine as they come into view. Cue the time lapse. This is why I called it tenacious. I'm currently near the Anemo Hypostasis. Yes, that Anemo Hypostasis, the one northeast of Mondstadt, and the Sangonomiya Shrine is still loaded in on the map. Remember how I said in the beginning, some models of which would be impossible to see, even from far away, no matter where you were in the game? And this is why. No way is anyone seeing Watatsumi Island from this location, which is why it's odd that it's still loaded in. Still, I did eventually get to Vanish by pushing past the Paimon barrier. Talk about a long trek. And there you have it, 3 iconic locations in Genshin Impact, close up, from far away. That's quite the oxymoron, eh? If you enjoyed this look into the unseen side of Genshin Impact, there's plenty more on the channel. So if you're feeling up for it, a like and subscribe truly does help. This is Musashi, signing off. Till next time.